I want the story for you and another person, and I want it to come through. This is why I got 2 of them. Because we frequently encounter other people, so I wanted to have a little bit more clarity what was going on for them. That's the title card. Don't need that. I'm getting a folding in. I'm getting like the baking when you're folding something in. It's folded in. It's baked in. Baked in. Oh! This is really interesting. Guys. Wow. Okay. We do know that something went down and you drowned. We do know this. Water disaster and drown and flood coming through. You and the person. Something folded in. Oh, this is the wrong week for that, but okay, whatever. It's like, in modern times we have the circus freaks. We have the people that are considered 100 years ago as circus freaks, but they're just different. They're different, right? We have that, but it used to be that royals would kind of gather them up and they would go visiting castles like a troupe or on tour or ensemble, but it's an old and tiresome life to have something that makes you different shown off in such a way that you feel now imprisoned by whoever is maintaining you. Maintaining your expenses, your needs, all of that. You've outgrown it. You've gotten tired. We have actor, entertainer, and exposed. You feel swindled, like you're not getting the deal out of it, that like you are getting exploited. And you want freedom. You're going for freedom. Now here on this side, this other person, you guys went in the same kind of ending thing. There was a decoy lit. A decoy fire is lit. A decoy fire is lit. There's somebody that is helping you that is a different rank than you socially, a different social rank. This is caretaker comes up, and I told you somebody was taking care of you, taking care of what was going on for you. This is showing wealthy, elite, and revolution, but this is something to do with trying to create a getaway, trying to take a trip. What else is going on? What else is going on here? A victim of progress is what's happening here. And also witnessing and seeing something. A victim of progress and seeing something. You were supposed to be going towards something differently. Somebody set a fire, lit a fire so you could get away. You went somewhere, but there is something that's flooded. It's like I need another card. I'm getting what feels like a building going down in Venice, or something that is supposed to be good that goes down. And I'm getting Venice, lost in the reeds. I don't know if I'm even. That's what's coming through. There's exposure of the elite and of the wealthy, and a death and grieving those that are left behind. Grieving widow. I think the grieving widow is who helped you, who wanted to help you. I think she wanted to get out of the gilded cage that she's in. She's in this gilded cage in Venetian times, and it's like she's done. She becomes a widow. She wants to go. But something happens about this getaway fire that is set. Something happens, and you both, it goes wrong. It's like, almost like if somebody would have had pyrotechnics back in the day and known how to light a fire and do like fireworks show, blah, 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 but somehow the pyrotechnics are not set in a good way, creating a fire, creating consumption, and it goes down. You want to leave and no longer be the main thing that everybody comes to see, the main attraction, so to speak. I think you're very gifted in what you do. It's not just that you know how to act or present. I think you did have musical gift. What else is going on? This is in the middle. Let's look what else is going on here. I want to see what happens here. It was an unintended consequence. It wasn't like she was like so upset over the loss of her person that she wanted to go too. No, it was an unintended consequence. Something about the instructions was missed. The matriarchal instructions is missed. You're somehow connected to this family. This one that sees you, you're somehow connected to this family. This is coming up as instructions and as family Bible coming up. Is somehow the instructions were missed. Somehow it was missed. And then there's a family connection. The coat of arms is a shared coat of arms. So it feels like it would be royalty adjacent, adjacent, adjacent. 3 times removed. That's what I'm getting. Adjacent, adjacent, adjacent. Yes. These fuckers. I'm getting this as the ones that like would keep and care for you. This is your mom. This is you at the table. Able to entertain, charming enough, amusing. Please be amusing, darling. Please be amusing. Amuse us. And I think you grew weary of it. This person, I don't know how adjacent and how connected in she is with this, but it is connected because she sees this, and when her spouse, she probably married into whatever this hullabaloo was, and when her spouse went, she was ready to be done with all this nonsense. Yes. I think she sees through the shallowness of it all. She's done with it. She sees through the shallowness. I think she knew her person in a way the others didn't, and knew how much work it was for him to be putting on the show for people, you know? To hold the false mask for him. She saw how difficult that was. What's going on here? I think this person was kind of looking out for you in the way of maybe like a governess nanny type of thing, even though it wasn't official. She would look out for you. Others would have forgotten you. They would caretake over here, but caretake over here is where it really happens. You guys take what you need to leave, but somehow the water is off balance. You go to try and get balanced life for yourself. It's not there. Trying to hold your own, but if somebody finds out about what's going on and you're leaving, they don't want you to leave. You contemplate it for a while. You decide you have to go. You have to go. You have to go. You go with this plan. It's a cuckoo plan. There's something that somebody knows that it's going to be challenging to leave, but it's time to do so. And you know it, you know it, you know it. You're supposed to follow the instructions, stick to the path. You didn't. You did the best you could, though. It's this rerouting of the path that you were going after, trying to go for. Didn't happen so well. Where's the debt? Where's the debt? There's a debt created by this. It's not a debt. You'd think that these fuckers would owe you a debt or something. They don't owe you a debt. There's a debt. There's a contract between you and the other. What does the contract show up like later? She owes you. She caused the disruption. It was her idea. She feels indebted towards you. Even though she wanted to go, she was more on the mindset of having an adventure, going for an adventure. She owes you. She was the one that was supposed to be creating all of this, and she got it wrong, the thing that went wrong. Now we're getting the King of Wands. We're getting something a little bit differently here. We're shifting. I want to see what's shifting. We're going forward past this point, and she's coming in. We're going through time beyond there. Oh. I'm asking about how she was coming in. This is a contract, a lifetime you guys will spend again. Such is the way with soul family. You do spend time again. Her boldness was a great move. But she comes in again, and she's coming in strongly standing, trying to really... We're getting cards of military, and then orphaned or abandoned, and then between lives, near-death experience. This is the in-between. You guys are renegotiating a contract. Wasn't supposed to go this way. It's like we're in the in-between, and she's like, well, what if we switch roles? What if we switch roles in the next go-around? You're like, no, that doesn't serve. You don't need her to be your orphan. You don't need her to be the orphan child or orphan son or somebody that has so much pain. You don't need that from her. The willingness, the offering, the understanding of how it was shortchanged is impressive. It's startling. She understands that because of her actions, things got cut short from her viewpoint, that you guys had unfinished business. You come through as like, coming through together as siblings, it looks like. Coming through as siblings, as she, because now you're here. You were here. Coming through again. Coming through for the same lesson now. She's coming through with you. The lesson will be a lighter lesson, but we're getting a double on this. We're getting a lighter lesson coming through for that lesson. And how are you in the context of her? I'm getting this energy that you come through as twins or really close siblings. Is what it's feeling like. Look, we are in the in-between. We're right in the in-between. You come through as twins, and this is something where I need the 78 doors. Where is that deck? I want that one. I don't know where it is. Hang on for a second. You guys come in as twins, and it feels like you come into what may be like a convent or something as twins. That is a dangerous thing to have happen. That's why I want the 78 doors. Where the fuck is it? Just 1 second, I'm looking, I'm sorry. This is so challenging. $78 doors. I don't know if you guys get separated is what I want to see, because you come in as twins. This is like the twins in the convent. This is somebody that's like illegitimate children. Now there's no connection to the royalty, no connection to the safety net, to the people that would have been caretakers. Their connections are no longer here, but your connection with her is here. So you and her are still there. And I think you're coming in as twins, not as siblings, as twins. I guess twins are siblings, but not, you're coming in as twins. Still, this one's a little bit more on the adventure. She still wants that adventure. It's challenging. It's still a little bit too much adventure hungry, adventure seeking. There's victory there. There's a freedom there. She comes in as adventure seeking, but there's something about the halls of justice. There's something about a squabble. I don't think you guys are separated. I wanted to know if you were separated. You're not separated. You do grow together. What happened before? Business deal is struck with the lady of the abbey. The business deal is struck. This is somebody that is wealthy enough to take care of the both of you, happy enough to do it. Open sesame for his wife. You're like the wish come true. The pair of you is the wish come true for this one. Different as you are, the pair of you, and doors open up again. But this is a different kind of family dynamic. You come in as female, she comes in as a boy. It's a different kind of family dynamic, but you come in and the pair of you, it's like this person's like, well, one of each, great. It feels like this is like the answer to their prayers all at once, wrapped up in a little, bundle. Yeah. She comes in as the boy. She's going to have to do more work to earn the right to her adventure, and you're having more peace and quiet. You do what would be considered more of the normal going forward, like getting older, having a family of your own going forward. But she somehow is free of you. This childhood bond that you have as siblings, as twin boy and girl, this is something that these years, this is how she rebalances and recalibrates, and you rebalance and recalibrate too. You're shown here again, coming in as the twins. It's right there, two little peewees. A lot of mischief, a lot of good hide and seek, a lot of adventure. This one, I think this one probably broke some bones and was a little bit like always seeking for the adventure, and you wanted more groundedness, more solidness. Information as far as like travel and going on adventures and all of that seemed precarious to you. You were the homebody. You stayed home and it served you really well. That was just fine. You got to be among the others, as among the social crowd, among others, just fine. You got to fit in. That's the gift. It took a little bit of finagling, because this was a little bit of a a different route for the universe to go. It took a little bit of finagling. But when you came in together, the two of you, she knew she would get to the adventure eventually. And you wanted to be home. You wanted to blend. Not like you wanted to be wallpaper or anything, but you wanted to be blending in enough. That would be your wish. That would be your yay, hooray for you. Would be blending in, having friends, being social, doing things in a normal way or a more normal thing. So you weren't the freak that everybody was looking at. You weren't the weirdo. You didn't want to be the weirdo. You wanted to just be one of the normals. And you got to be one of the normals. If you would have been twin girls or twin boys, either way, I wouldn't have played this way. It needed to be, she needed to shift the gender out to get the adventure and play the roles she wanted to play in her life. But if you would have been the same gender, there would have been comparisons, one to the other, one to the other, one to the other, the whole time through. And that would make your twinness more of an oddity or more of a look at that, like when you see identical twins, you know. Because you had the difference in gender, it set you guys apart in a way that was more sibling than twin, but you came in at the same time to be with each other, to share the experience so you guys could go forward and go forward. I think you stayed in Europe. And I don't think you actually went very far from Italy. It doesn't mean you stayed right within Italy, the two of you. But you were probably within 150 miles of where you actually started out. So maybe 150 miles of Venice-ish is what I'm getting. This would have to have been after Venice was established and the waterways were established before this had happened. I don't know how that correlates or what that correlates to, or which of the royals and the Euro royals this would go with, but that's what I'm getting. Is there anything else you need to know? Yeah. This going your own way when you went towards the normal was great. I want to know a little bit more about the housing situation here. Let me get... Up there. Where is it? Give me a second. There we go. Okay. This one we're going to, this is more on her, then we're going to go back to you. I want to know more about what happened with your normal life and more what happened with her adventure. So just a few cards on each and then we'll call it. A little bit burdened by the adventure, successful in what she did, successful in her endeavor. She wanted to be a little bit more star of the show. It's why she looked after you so well, because here she could want some of the things that were fun about being the center of attention. She wanted some of that, but she had to learn some of this, the burden that was yours to carry. When you came through as twins, she did get an understanding of that through her adventures. Fate carried her here and there quite a bit, and she got lots of different experiences, lots of happiness and joy from this. Yeah, she did have her own space in the sun, actually on her own and of her own volition in her adventuring. Now you, going forward. You build a bond with whoever is the bio mom. You build a bond with her from a distance. From a distance. It's a little bit guarded, but it's from a distance. There is some secrets and sorrow, and there's reason you keep the distance, but you kind of know her. It's like you might see each other in a marketplace type of setting. You'd understand what was going on, and you weren't going to be too super investigatory or trying to find place in things, because it just wouldn't have worked out well for you to go forward. No, you choose to walk away from that one, but you know who she is and how it is. You know why things were kept under wraps. You know why you guys were twins in the Abbey, in the convent, or whatever you want to call it, in the space that would be like. The truth of it, you know. The foundation wouldn't have gone well. The sun on this, again, the twins, it's sun twins, twins. You understand it and you know it and about your normal. You proceed carefully, carefully, carefully. You guys, it feels like you're separated for about 5 years before you find true love and decide that you're going to go down this path that would be the more traditional path. Even though you want it, you're a homebody, you're careful, you're cautious. You keep things very, very close. It looks like you're close with nature. It looks like you have one child from this union, this marriage that's a normal life over here for you. You have one child that has a little bit of this adventuring spirit in it, but mostly you stay close to home, but you're very, very careful around the water. Yeah. And he does fine. He's pretty grounded. He does just fine. Anything else? About this person, the person that you have this little family with. It's just the three of you. It's just the three. It's the perfect thing for the three of you. It's the perfect. You could have had more, but you didn't want more. It was just perfect. It was like things were complete. Things were bliss. It was the perfect thing for you and your person and this one child. It was an only child situation. It was a dangerous proposition to think about having more. Yeah, that was it. That was all. That you didn't have more. You were surprised and glad that you could even have the one. But it was like 5 years after she left that happened. But yeah, that's the story. That's where it is. That's where it ends. Yeah, surprising. That's a surprising turn of events, but that's what it is. That's complete.
Woo.
Who knew? But yeah.
Okay, Edge.